this podcast, Danica and Malachi. You want to say hi?
Hi.
We're just starting this podcast at 8:24 p.m. I hope you enjoy this on a Monday.
8:23 where I live.
Oh, well, don't you have to be exact.
Now it's 8:24.
Oh, wow. He's a late bloomer. Anyways, guys, we just want to tell you a little bit about who we are. So I'm going to let Danica start, then Malachi, then me. Go ahead.
All right, well, I'm Danica, and,
Do you have a problem?
well, just to let you all know something about me, I am super, gullible, and I'm kind of stupid in some ways.
Okay, that's Danica for you. What about you, Mal?
Well, as you know, my name is Malachi. Mm-hmm.
Well, they don't know that, so now.
Oh, well, now they do know. They do know. And I'm very brutally honest, and I like to hurt others
Oh,
with my words,
my name
by
is...
outsmarting them.
Okay. My name is Kiara.
And
My name is Kiara.
Oh my God.
I am a black girl.
Are you
so
sure?
I know all about equality. Also, I have 5 YouTube channels. I have kind of a game channel, vlogging channel, book channel, prank channel.
You have a prank
You
channel?
have a prank channel?
Yes, it's called Keiko.
What?
Jesus, Keiko. All right, I'll look at this later.
It's called Keiko. I'm looking at it right now. Anyways, well, you're not going to see this, but whatever. Okay, moving on. This podcast is already starting off on a note where it was not supposed to start off. This
Like, really?
Damn,
No, it's not.
podcasts are supposed to be funny.
Well, Malachi was like, I like to hurt others.
That's perfect. Let's keep going.
With
All
my
right.
words.
So, I want to talk a little bit about our schedule. So, I am the main host. I will always be on no matter what. I don't know about them. Maybe if something comes up, they won't be on, one of them, or something, or both of them. But
We'll be here, for the most part.
yeah, for the most part. But I'll be the one who's on definitely. My name is Kiara, like I said before, or you can call me Keiko, Cake, whatever. Basically, this podcast is going to be us bringing special guests in, talking to some of our friends and people who we wouldn't normally talk to because they're losers, and just embracing that fact and talking about weird things, embarrassing ourselves, telling stories about how we hurt others and killed them inside. Things like that is what we're going to be talking about. But we post every Monday and Friday, and I hope to get the videos out at 3, around 3 or below, not anything below 8, which is actually 8:27, so I should say that. But still, it's spring break right now, so who really cares, right?
Right. All right, well,
So
Maybe.
we're past the schedule part. So, if you guys want to talk about Donald Trump first, embarrassing story, or Minecraft, you know what?
no, we're not going to talk about that.
We're saving that for next podcast.
Yeah. Maybe never.
Oh,
All right, well, you could always give suggestions. Like,
Let's do the embarrassing.
Okay,
Let's do the embarrassing.
Danica
Keiko will
off.
start.
Oh, okay. Okay, so last year I was in math class with my whole math class, and we were sectioned off because we had a test like the next day, and we were doing a trivia game, and it was sectioned off from blue, red, and yellow. I'm pretty sure, and I was on the blue team. So my team is down, you know, and I'm that type of person who wants to motivate you. So I'm just like, yeah, woo, woo, and I was like, what you gonna do, red and yellow? You know, I was just tempting them. My teacher was laughing along. Everyone was cheering me on. I was like, woo, she's so sexy. And then, to cheer them on even more, I wrote a sign saying, go blue team. And I held up the sign with so much confidence, and I was like, woo! And I was putting it in my friend Boris's face.
Oh,
and
boy.
I was like, ha, 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 ha. And she's like, you spelled blue wrong. The whole room went silent, and they started laughing so hard, and I was like, oh. And then I made up an excuse that I spelled blue right, and they were spelling it wrong for their whole life. So that's how that went.
Oh my god.
Dan, how
well,
about
we also haven't heard these stories, so this is new to me.
Yeah, this is like first-hand, like genuine reaction. So.
Alright. How about Malachi goes and tells his story?
Alright. Alright, so I should start with, we finished kindergarten and started first grade. And me and Danica were so happily in the same first grade class.
We were best friends.
With Mrs. Norris.
Nice way to put her name out there.
Norris. Go hunt her down.
Okay, go.
So, it's like the first week of school. And me and Dan are sitting. I'm in the front and she's in the back of the room. And we're just drawing our name tags. And then the crayon slips out of my hand and flings backwards into Danica's eye.
Oh.
And then the teacher goes, Malachi, you can't hurt the students. And then she moves my apple from green to yellow.
What? And if you guys don't know what that means, your apple gets moved. Depending on how bad you were that day, it goes all the way up to red, which is when they call your parents.
Yep. Malachi had to write a letter home.
Writing a letter home saying, I'm sorry, Mom, for hitting Danica with a pencil.
He said he loved to hurt people, right?
No.
Alright, Danica, go.
Alright, so it was a super embarrassing day in reading class in
It was
third grade.
super embarrassing.
It's super embarrassing, okay? So we were learning about our role models, and this one role model was being made fun of because he was like short, and I was like, well, I related to this. Well, like me and my partner, I related to this because my friend here, he's made fun of because he's like, he has bad eyesight. I was like, he has horrible eyesight and he uses his big glasses and we like to bully him.
Oh, bully.
Well, I didn't bully him, but other people did. And then the whole class just went silent. And then the teacher was like, well, that's enough, Danica.
Oh, well, we're done here. If you guys liked us telling embarrassing stories, give this podcast a 5-star rating, because I've been listening to the podcast and that's what they say at the end, so I'm just going to say that and hope it's something good. Right, guys? Right?
Maybe.
Alright, guys, we're going to be talking about the presidential candidates, I can't even say it, and just the whole thing, because a lot of bad things and good things are coming from the people who are running in this election. And I want Danica to start, and the person I think we're starting with is probably going to be Donald Trump. And if you guys, like, the main people who are in this election, or the only people, is Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders. So, yeah.
Yep. Well, most people don't actually know what's going on, like, with politics and where people stand. They're like, well, I want to vote for Donald Trump because he's, like, the only person I know of.
Yeah, that's kind of me, but I know Donald Trump is a bad person.
He is actually, I mean, I don't say he's a bad person, but there's reasons that his,
Danica say that without
his, like,
laughing.
I really can't say he's a bad person, because if he became president, at least we would,
at least we would all move to Canada.
Yeah, at least our population would just drop, and we wouldn't have to worry about, like, any overpopulation.
I asked my mom yesterday what she would do if Donald Trump won, and she said she would cry. She would sit down in a corner and cry.
I would too. America would be doomed. The KKK.
We would be doomed. Okay, well, one thing Donald Trump does, and I know he does it, well, the one time he was like, I'll punch you in the face, I tell ya. I'll punch him in the face. and well,
what
it didn't go well.
You know what
And that is probably the reason he likes to say, I will beat this guy up, I will bomb them, I will do this. And then there are reasons that there are fights at his riots. Like, look up videos, like, of the Donald Trump, like, crazy violence at his riots. It's not good.
Wow.
He's kind of winning
And-
right now, though. Oh,
Yeah,
Bernie
he's obviously
Sanders.
winning.
No, they're predicting Bernie Sanders is gonna win, though. I'm looking at a
Yeah.
poll right now.
I hate
Oh,
him
wait,
too.
that's on February 27th, though.
Because
Yeah.
it was just where you pick your person for whatever you're in. So the Republicans pick one of the people, and then the Democrats
Oh,
pick either
no.
Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton.
Donald
Yeah.
Trump is-
And my mom picked Bernie, but
Hillary. Like, this is where I stand.
my
I
mom
like
look, Dan, my mom
Hillary.
picked Bernie, and I understand why, because he's like wise and stuff. But she said if Hillary does become like in the top where you need to vote for either Donald Trump or Hillary, she's gonna vote for Hillary because that was her second choice.
Alright, well, Hillary's
There's many
good.
more choices than that.
If I could vote, I would go for Hillary because,
I'd go for Barack Obama.
well, obviously, that's where Malachi stands here. And, Keiko, who would you vote for?
Well, right now I stand for Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
You know,
woo!
she's my long-lost mother.
What are you doing? This waterfall's oh.
You know, I'm actually fully white, but sometimes, you know, I used to stand out in the sun too long, and I burnt my skin, and now I'm black.
But wouldn't you be Bernie? Feel the burn?
Yeah, I'm burning.
Feel the burn! No,
I
I
just
hate
wanna
Bernie Sanders.
wait real quick before we keep going. I just want to tell all the people who are listening into this podcast. We may say some offensive things, mainly me, and they just laugh at it and elaborate. But you shouldn't get offended. If you get offended, well, your butt's itchy.
Oh?
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, don't get offended because Kiara is Kiara, and
Because we're never going to address you.
yeah, we're not
You.
specifically calling you out in any way.
Yeah.
Like,
We should talk about that. You know, a lot of people are, you know, a lot of YouTubers, I should say, are getting into the fact and talking about how too many people are taking jokes seriously. Like, everywhere you go, you could turn around, you say a joke that isn't even directed at the person, maybe in a YouTube video, and they say, you're racist, to this person or that person, even if you're, like, the same color skin, or you're making the joke at yourself. And there's other jokes where you're saying, like, I'm gonna kill myself. People take that literally and send you, like, suicide hotlines. If it's just a joke. What do you guys think about that?
well, I don't think you should, like, necessarily joke about, like, suicide.
I mean, as a YouTuber, and like I'm not a YouTuber, but and anyway, so as a YouTuber, it's like their responsibility to know what they say can affect millions. Because, like, let's say, I don't know, like Joey Kurseffa or something. He does his coming out video. That helps a bunch of other people get the confidence, and then it helps a bunch of other people go look down upon him and like think of him as a worse person. But those people the people that he helped are the reason why he did it.
Yeah, there's always gonna be haters.
There's
Yeah.
always gonna be haters when someone does something, like how people hate Donald Trump.
You just gotta shake it up.
But there's always going to be someone that likes what Donald Trump's doing, and that's why he's leading in the Republicans.
What I do want to say, though, is with, like, you know, it's not, like, if you're just meaning it as a joke, if everyone can see it's a joke, then it shouldn't be as big of a deal as people make it. You know, there should still be allowed having jokes, especially if it's not targeted towards you, and if the person is like, this world is, like, I was watching, you guys know who Leafy is, he's always like, I'm gonna kill myself, because, you know, he's like, I'm so disappointed in this world, I'm just gonna kill myself. You can honestly tell it's a joke, but then in the comments, everyone's like, you shouldn't joke about that, you shouldn't joke.
Wait, who's Leafy?
He's a YouTuber who, he does, like, commentary, he's like a
Oh, yeah, wait, does he play that one game with a knife and he just, like, walks? Yeah, I watch.
Gameplay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
watch
all
him all the time. I was watching him talk about Maddie B being
Yeah.
worst rapper ever. It's terrible.
Oh,
And then there's like this one person that was on Musically, and then
oh
he was
yeah.
like,
Mhm.
the one
boy.
kid, he was like ABC. 1, 2, 3, and he's like, "Is that all you can sing?"
Yeah, but people just take it very seriously, and I don't think it should be taken very seriously, unless, of course, you know the person isn't joking. And there's a totally different surrounding of feelings, like emotion. Like, you can just sense when someone is joking. Well, some of the times you can, when they're joking or when they're actually serious.
If people, like, for this, if you make a joke and people take it offensively, you just have to say that you didn't mean it. Like, and I think that person
That goes
will
for
understand.
everything. If you want to become famous, you can't expect everyone to agree with all of your decisions. Like, what's his face? Like, who's transgender? From
Bruce,
yeah, but his new name is
Caitlyn.
Yeah, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah. Yeah, but, like, he knew people were going to hate on him, but that's, like, kind of, like, his world that he shaped.
That's kind of with all celebrities, really. Like,
Yeah, because
everybody hates on Taylor Swift. They're like, well, she's horrible, but, like, they don't know her story. They don't know what happened to her. Like,
and she's a great singer, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think she's pretty good because she got herself onto the radio, like, when she was a teenager. She, like, went to the people, no agent, no nothing, was like, here, play my music, and then that's how she really got famous.
what I think.
But people hate on her all the time, constantly.
I think that you
And
should get
people-
to know someone.
That's what
before
you
judge.
sign up for.
Yeah, well, the thing is that people are so quick to judge of your appearance or what you choose to do with your life. But what they have to understand, if they don't agree, that doesn't mean that you should hate the person just because you don't agree with their lifestyle or what they're doing. You should be accepting. Accept it, say, okay, that's not for me, and move on with it. But people need to stop judging before you get to meet someone. If you judge someone and then you find out later that they're an awesome person because you meet them or something, they do something nice, you're going to regret every single bad thing that you've ever said about them because you realize that none of those things were true because you never got to know them. And that doesn't just have to be with celebrities.
Totally agree, yeah. That's so true, because if you, like, judge somebody, like, oh, that was that person who played at, like, that nerdy, like, thing.
Like,
You're like,
that person
well, that
played-
person is weird.
That
and then
person played
she
Minecraft
goes to
when he was...
become, like, this amazing, like, person, and then...
Like, that person... Oh, speaking of which, there was this commercial I was telling Dan earlier, and it was kind of about that. Like, where it's like, don't you dare...
Oh, yeah, that.
Don't
you dare judge somebody.
It goes, don't you dare, stay all night playing video games, and the person that was saying it was the leading, like, video game designer. So it was like, showing you...
Really turn out like
Did you
that.
know the guy who created, what was it called? You know the guy, you know that big blue thing that was in the trash can? What was it called? Elmo's World or whatever? He created Elmo.
The Cookie Monster?
Yeah, the Cookie Monster. He created, the person who created all of that and that whole TV show and everything, he was told, because he was like a grown man playing with like dolls and stuff, like, you know, teddy bears, and he was always told that he was never going to make a living for himself, that he was going to be terrible because he was playing with these things. Meanwhile, he ended up being a millionaire from doing that type of stuff. So
Yeah. Look, don't judge, and if you're being judged, don't worry about it. You'll be successful.
yeah.
Like, because let's say, Dr. Seuss, for example.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Seuss was, like, called,
He was like,
you're too stupid to do anything.
people didn't want to, accept him, like, for anything because he was too childish. And he started by making, like, ads for this, bug repellent. And then, you know what happened after that? He got hired by all these companies. And then when the Great Depression came, he wasn't that affected by it because he was rich. And he started with nothing and became a multimillionaire on books.
And with that, guys, I think we should close out the podcast. I think this was a good first podcast.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Don't-
That got real emotional, people.
Believe in
That's
yourself and don't
emotional
be quick
if you're
to
ever gonna
judge.
see me.
Yeah.
I am normally the sarcastic person, and you can't even tell if I'm being sarcastic or if I'm not being sarcastic.
Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Again, give this podcast a 5-star rating. I hope you enjoyed. This was me, Kiera, Malachi, Danica, and we'll be here every Monday and Friday. back for you guys again, and maybe if we really feel like it, spontaneous uploads. I don't know. Make sure to follow us, and I love you guys. Anything to say, Malachi or Danica?
Believe in yourself and don't let people put you down.
Don't judge people.
Stay radiant.
Blows up, bitch, I make it rain shower. You did that. They wouldn't know a thing about you. You sealed that. Hit 'em with that block.